Right, hello YouTube, welcome to another episode of the Expert Review series. Here we are looking at the Rheinmetall Borsig Tier 8 German paper TD with anything but a paper gun. This is wielding the 150mm derp cannon, which is a source of endless joy and amusement on this vehicle. Not least of which because it has one of the greatest disparities between standard and premium shells in the entire game. Standard shells net you 215mm of pen, which isn't great on a tier 8 TD. However, then you click the 2 key, or in my case don't click anything because I'm spamming full heat, and you get 334mm of pen. 85 with HE, but that is gargantuan. What's also quite nice about this tank is a horsepower per ton ratio of, I believe, 11.79, which might not sound that good, but it's a very light tank, so it does get up to its 35km/h top speed and make use of its limited 12 in reverse fairly nicely. Now, I'm putting this to good use going into the town in this tier 8 high game that I found myself here. Now, you may think this is a very odd gameplay going into the town in a paper armoured TD, but it is not, because that's half an enemy heavy tank just gone, evaporated by the 750 alpha damage on this tank. Lovely early shot to connect there. Now, let's just talk about principles as I take a shot that I shouldn't be taking. Wow, okay, bounce from the Skoda. Let's talk about that, because that's very odd. Armor profile of the Borsig, 20 at the front, 10 at the side, and 8 in the rear. And we just bounced a Skoda, presumably off of the incredible angle on the front of the tank. No, it's not incredible. This tank is paper. I'm very surprised to have ricocheted a shell off of it. But what we need to talk about is the fact that I'm bringing a paper TD into the town. I got 1,100 hit points. It's not a lot to have at tier 8, even when, well, you are top tier. And this is gameplay that is high skill cap. It's difficult to be able to do consistently and to be able to do well. Because there's a principle you have to be aware of, and that is the correlation between hit points and damage output potential, right? Generally, if you take something like this, what you want to do is you want to spend other people's hit points. I have a lovely gun. I have a gun that eclipses the power of anything that I'm going to see in this town environment. But I don't have the armor, I don't have the hit points to contest. So what I have to do is I have to compensate for that using positioning, using the hit points of others, and coming out in between reloads of enemy tanks. Trying to make my gun work, but without taking damage to myself. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. Because one thing you have to appreciate, and really appreciate this, in tanks like your Borsigs, in tanks like your FV4004s, you can contribute to the game by not shooting. That's an important lesson you have to learn. If someone sees an FV, if someone sees a Borsig, it's potentially having an impact on the battle more by not firing than it is by shooting. Because it limits the opposing team's options. This IS, this AMX on the other side of this wall here, proxy spotting this Borsig, they've got to think about it in their mind. They've got to think, oh, 750 alpha damage. I'm not even firing, I am having that effect on the battlefield. And that's why I enjoy taking a tank with this much firepower into a situation like this, because it does impact the battle, regardless of whether I am actually getting shots out or not. And it certainly impacts it more than sitting at the back of the map. So, yeah, let's see what we can do. We're going to watch as the enemy progress up here, and we're also going to watch me, I believe, miss a shell with 645 meters per second. Just a bit poor on the lead there. No, that's not 645. 645 is on the AP and the HE. I forgot, on the heat shells, which we're finding here, it is 516 meters per second shell travel time. That is very, very poor, but good enough to find 716 alpha into that guy, progressing up that flank. And at this point, I don't mind being here because I know that I'm going to get side shots into these guys. If this gentleman stays where he is, he's going to take one up the booty. 0.40 accuracy and a 2.7 second aim time. Quite adequate to perform that kill. What wouldn't be adequate to allow me to do that is the 360 meters of view range that we are found here on the Borsig. That's why you might want to utilize binos when you play this tank orientated defensively. Alright, so I see this SCM fire and I'm thinking about going for a shot. IS fires, so I poke out. Again, this is me poking between reloads. I do not want to take damage here. My team around me are far better equipped. Only two of them, a Tiger 121, a Tiger 2, they have more armor, they have more hit points. They are equipped to take and trade damage. I am not, so I'm going to let them take the damage, take the shots, and then I'm going to threaten this corner, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm actively threatening this corner. I'm saying, okay, if you occupy this position, you're going to take 750 damage. I wait until they have fire to do that. I don't poke into them doing that to me. No, I wait for them to fire at my team, and then I sit up on the advantage, which is what I have here. And Mr. VZ clearly not appreciating that. 762 and another basically 50% taken off of that tonk. And again, I am waiting for an opportunity, waiting for a reload, and I think I can get it here. And that was a bit of a poor, very ambitious shot, taking the tracks off the VZ there. Again, it's about opportunity, about waiting, and about opportunity. Look at the kill feed. FCM 50 has just died. Where was the SCM? Well, he was there. He was the only one watching this alleyway. So what does that mean? Well, it means, hey-ho, we can advance position. How about that? And often, advancing in a lightly armoured tank like this can actually make your more heavily armoured tanks think, oh, actually, I can go forward. This guy who's got no armour is doing it, I can do it too. It often gives your team confidence. We pick up a kill there and then take a very dirty pen from the IS. I was not expecting him to get the reload that quickly. I'm looking over here to see if this Pollock tank wants to emerge. AMX-65T just took out the Oni, and you can see I really was not expecting that Pollock tank to do something that stupid, which is why I wasn't aimed at him. One thing we can note as well, right? Kill feed. Kill feed is helpful. Nashon just killed the Tiger 121. Where was the Tiger 121? Well, the Tiger 121 was there. Where can the Nashon kill him from? Well, the only place he could be is at the back here right now. So we've located an unspotted tank with it never being spotted. Just useful thing to do. Keep your eye on the kill feed. It can tell you a lot. Right. So, let's see. Mr. IS wants to come and play. He fires. And I know he's got 122mm guns, I'm counting. I know he's got 5.22 rounds per minute off the top of my head, if I remember correctly. So I'm just counting that when you load. And I don't know if what this Tiger 2 does is deliberate, but YOLO's round side on 80mm of side on shown to 175mm a pen. Of course he was going to die, but it does allow us to pick up the kill on the IS with a bit of a high roll. And now we're going to try and disengage. And I think this was a misplay. I was trying to get out before I took the shell. Because what I'm thinking at this point is here's what I'm thinking. I'm outnumbered. My last remaining ally has just died. One thing I can do is use my team, use my alpha damage in correlation with my team to threaten to hold back tanks that would normally be able to kill me. My natural weakness in a TD with large alpha damage, other than my lack of armor, is my long reload. My very, very long reload, 3 rounds per minute. What I've got to think on is if I am ever found alone, people are going to be able to exploit that. And more importantly, if I'm found alone by 2 people, I am dead, even if they're both on a one-shot, right? Because I shoot this guy and this guy comes and slams me and shoots me. Like, I can't let both of these guys be on a corner, because I shoot one, the other one kills me. That's the only scenario that happens in that situation. So what I was doing when you're relocating over here was trying to essentially set up a multi-level engagement. I was going to go to here, wait on this corner, so that if they both tried to come for me, I could take 1 kill there and then run all the way out this way before the other one got around this corner. It's about turning a single stage engagement into a multi-level stage engagement so that I can go through my reload in between stages. As it happens, I took a bit of damage crossing and I don't get the return shot. So I think I could have done this better, but the principle, the logic is good, and I know I'm going to be able to poke and threaten the corner before he gets the reload off, so that's exactly what I do. And now we are just waiting. And then the TNH dies. And ladies and gentlemen, that is what it's like to have dystonia. Can we watch that again? Watch that again. Let's just watch that, because that was one of the most beautiful shots that my dystonia has ever fucked up for me. And I used the spacebar to fire. Right? So here we go. Let's put it in slow motion when this guy pops out. Alright, let's see what happens. Perfect, perfect, pen, 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 auto aim! What are you doing? Oh, no. Oh, God. And so now I know that I have to go. I have to do what I did because I'm seeing this, right? I'm seeing this. The 65 T, when you're locating there, I'm in between these guys. I'm in between an ELC. I need all of them to one side of me, and I also need a multi-stage engagement so that I can compensate for my long reload. I can't go through a long reload when I'm isolated and I'm close to my opponents. Won't work. They will kill me. So at this point, I bait that I'm staying, wait until I get unspotted, and now I'm going. I am out of here. I'm putting the, 11.79 horsepower and the 35 top speed of the Borsig to good use, and I'm getting my 20mm of frontal armor straight out of dodge. And again, as I said, this is about setting up a multi-stage engagement. So again, I want to take one on the corner and then fall back. I know that I put myself in a position where if they both come around the corner, I'm going to be able to take one of them without the other one being able to engage me. It's a classic multi-stage engagement which favours the tank with the long reload and the better alpha damage. I decide eventually that they're not pressing that corner, so I decide to relocate, see if I can group up with my KV-1S, try and help him out a bit. And I'm looking for people gallivanting around, but then I know that the KV-1S is moving on the Borsig's position. So I'm reloading HE at this point because I'm expecting the KV-1 to find the Borsig, and indeed he does. And this HE shell, whoo, 950 alpha damage, 85mm of pen, which is very, very pleasant indeed. Make no mistake. Puts us up to 4,800 damage. And at this point I'm considering, you can see I'm thinking, one of these guys might have got around here and been coming from the middle to try and kill me, so I'm aiming on this corner. As it turns out, that's not the case. And honestly, once I see that AMX get spotted there, it kind of makes me think these guys have been in the situation the entire time, right? In this area the entire time. It's highly unlikely that 2 tanks playing like that in a situation where they're outnumbered will split up. So if one gets spotted there, it's 70% likely that the other one will still be in the same place with him, which was my thought process when only one of them was spotted and why I started turning and not looking at the corner anymore. And we're going to see if we can plow forward and get anything else. This 150mm gun is hungry. Bassetto, possessor of one of the best camera ratings in the entire game, I believe. Picking up the kill on the AMX, and is the other AMX going to get revenge? RT shell goes in, stuns. Again, I'm waiting for someone else to take the hit, and I can't bounce it myself. We've got a corner here, and I'm angling out to see if I could get the shot when he passes. Just angling out. It turns out that he fell back, the antisocial bellend. He's hiding my Top Gun from me. Sitting here on 5 kills, and the man's buggered off. Ah. No Top Gun for the Borsig in a close quarters fight on Ghost Town, but still a very enjoyable and decent example of how to play lightly armored TDs in a town environment. You don't use your health, you use the health of others. You pop out in between when you load, right? You only use health if you have to. And I've said this time and time again, health is more valuable towards the end of the game in comparison to others than it is at the start. Yes, at the beginning of games, you can trade health for position, but in terms of a tactical standpoint, if you just look at it isolated from other context of the game, it is nice to be on full health when other people are on less health. And with regards to taking something that has, like, 75% the total hit pool of the people that you're facing, right? Waiting for them to lose health and get beaten up a bit levels the playing field a little bit for you. So I like to conserve my health in these tanks at the start and wait for people to be on lower health when I'm more willing to trade when my alpha damage is even more threatening. So, lovely example of the Borsig Twitch chat. Say hi to YouTube. Because this will go... When will this one go live? This one will be live on the 12th of May. So yeah, you can say hi to YouTube on the 12th of May. So, yeah, enjoy. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more commentary by myself, the commentary playlist will be on the outro screen. Other than that, yeah, enjoy.
You could have known though, it's all the same story, you better not berate him. He is living in the country next to the US with oil fields, but they never got invaded. So let's go, rap flows for Honest Gaming's backbone. His voice alone makes well-known women wetter than in sex shows, wetter than a cat's nose. So freaking wet, it could drown a poor electo.